Hey everybody, this is Tony Smotherman and I'm at Guitar Asylum. Alright, I'm here at Guitar Asylum to promote Vigier Guitars and my new CD, Universal Melody. And this CD came out in October 2011, and I'm very proud of this CD. I've got some really cool guests on here. Derek Sherinian, ex-Dream Theater keyboardist, playing some keyboards. Vitaly Kuprij from the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, also doing some keyboard stuff. Bassist extraordinaire John Richard, and Greg Howell's bassist, playing on here. Also Philip Pan on acoustic and electric, Viper violin, shredding it up on some Celtic stuff. And the CD kind of, travels around the world musically. It's rooted in rock, but there's funk on there, there's Celtic rock on there, neoclassical stuff, blues. So try to kind of delve into everything Indian, slide guitar. And you can go to my website, tonysmotherman.com. Last name spells just like it sounds, smotherman.com. And you can get it at cdbaby.com, abstractlogics.com, or just go to my website and you can order it, and all the info's on there. So check out Universal Melody, Tony Smotherman.
That song, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, let's start off with the song.
Okay, cool.
What you guys doing?
Asylum for putting this thing on. These things aren't easy to put on, you know, there's a lot of work involved. So thanks to Guitar Asylum for putting on this event for you guys. I think it's pretty cool. All right, well, I have this handout you guys got, and it's called Licks of the Absurd, and that's just what it is. It's just a bunch of nutty, crazy licks, and you know, some of these licks are kind of geared towards really advanced players, but you know, at other times I've done this clinic, I've told beginner students, you can play this stuff if you just play it really slow. And it's not even just about playing slow, it's slow motion. You know, some players think if they just practice slow, you know, it's going to take more time. But the truth of the matter is that if you play it in slow motion, you actually get those ideas across in your mind quicker. And what happens is you actually start beginning to play them much quicker than when you just try to play them a little faster. So it really does save a lot of time when you play in slow motion. All right, so yeah, it's titled Licks of the Absurd. You know, it's kind of tongue-in-cheek, but great licks to annoy the neighbors, loved ones, friends, whatnot. So when I was younger, I played a lot of video games, and so I've always been fascinated by those computer-generated sounds. So part of this is going to be some of that kind of stuff. Then we did some pentatonic stuff, some sweep picking, and whatever else. We'll just have fun with it. Okay. All right. Any questions right off the bat? Nothing right off the bat. Alrighty, let's get into video game lick number 1. Here we go. Now, slow, none of these are going to sound right. They're going to just don't sound right at all. And what I'm doing here is I'm string skipping. So I'm playing a series of notes here, the B, E, and C sharp here at the top. And I'm just skipping over the string. So here it is slow again. Sounds like a computer going haywire. But you can move that up and mess around with that. It's kind of fun. So, all right, here we go. That's lick number 1. Pretty cool?
Yeah.
Kind of different, huh? Okay. Next one, kind of hammer on. We've got a pattern on the left hand and a pattern on the right hand. The concept's actually really easy. Here's what we're doing on the left hand. And then the right hand, I'm just hitting the 19th fret, hammering and pulling off like this. Easy enough, the concept. With all these ideas, you want to kind of stretch them around and try them in other places too. And sometimes you only need a little, you know, a little piece of it. You don't have to go through the whole thing. You know, just a little portion of it's cool. This next lick is kind of, if you ever get a gig at a rave club or something, here's a really cool dance club lick. Kind of like the 80s synthesizer type thing. Kind of cool?
Right. So that wouldn't work if you tried tapping on the 13th fret, right?
Well, it would. You probably get the kind of get a wild thing going on there, man. Because we're not playing in the scale, but you can go to the 14th fret.
It's most like 12th, 19th, 17th,
Sure,
right?
sure. Yeah. And that type of thing, man, is kind of cool. You can just, I mean, you don't have to even play it that fast. Create melodies using those type of things without having to go too crazy. The next idea is just a pentatonic. I mean, we take a, and we're going to tap the note, the 17th fret, we get the note we just pulled off. So we get, and that's the concept. So and all I did was take it down a couple notes down the pentatonic, and you have. So slow that.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot you can do with that type of thing, and you'll see that in a second because we're going to change scales. But yeah, you go all the way down the scale.
Get a great sound. A little
Sure,
effort.
sure, man. The next one on the next page, number 5, is the same idea, but now we're going to use an augmented idea here, and this is going to sound pretty wild. Your Buckethead uses this a lot. This type of thing. Same concept here. Sean Lane used to do a lot of stuff like this too, but he actually did it with one hand. You know. And type of diminished type feel to it too. So we'll get to that too, some diminished stuff. So if we took this and played it, so we got. You might notice I'm barring. That actually is a good thing to do because it saves you a lot of first finger movement, you know, in there. So. You can go all the way down with that. Kind of cool type idea. And again, you can take that concept and move it around to different scale ideas too. You know, harmonic minor. There's a lot of other things you can do with it too. Then you can start moving the intervals from your left hand to your right hand with the same kind of concept, and it just becomes a little more intervallic, you know. Sometimes I like to sneak in my ring finger too because I don't have to jump as far. And, you know, and so that's kind of just tapping, excuse me, tapping the note that you pulled off of, and that could just lead to some really cool things. Alrighty, next one. It's kind of a diminished, mirror diminished thing. The left hand's going to go. We're going to mirror that a sixth up, and we get. So the old idea of tapping was the Eddie Van Halen type thing, but you know you can take that so many other directions too. Not that you know that changed everything for sure, but there's other ways you can take the tapping sound and create some other interesting type effects. So now they're almost like getting the equivalent of having really long left-hand fingers instead of he's using 2 hands on the guitar neck, and that's the kind of effect that you know you want to try and reach too. So. You could take a pentatonic and do the same kind of. Same kind of concept, but with a more simpler scale. That's that whole diminished thing I was doing in the first song. A really good thing to do is listen to pianists, Chopin and things like that, because there's a lot of really cool diminished ideas that you can get from some of those guys too. Here's a chromatic thing. This is actually pretty cool. It sounds like you're falling downstairs or something. Kind of goofy kind of effect. Kind of in the vein of a Matthias Eklund. He does some stuff like that. This next one I call infinite open string tapping. I didn't come up with it, but I haven't heard anybody else really do it a lot. So I kind of tried to just mess around with the technique and see what I could come up with. And it's actually cool because you could go on doing this for hours. Save your loved ones and buy them some earplugs because this can go on for a while. What it is the concept's actually very easy. All I'm doing is tapping a note, and I'm pulling off that note, and I'm hammering another note, and tapping, pulling, and pulling. That's it. If you got that, you can do this for hours. So it gets pretty cool because you can start moving the distance between the left hand and the right hand, and start to see what kind of arpeggios you can come up with and chord tones. So I'll move around my left hand for a while, and then I'll start moving my right hand, and then we'll just move them simultaneously and see what happens. See how that could keep going on and on and on and on. You could and move to other strings, of course.
Which one was it? That was the bottom of the page?
Yes, the infinite open string tapping. And I just put that example on the first string, but of course, yeah, you can move that around anywhere, man. All right, no questions so far? Cool.
Keep on going.
Yeah, all right, all right.